Here we go. Ladies and gentlemen, greetings from Somerville. Special Super Bowl in Vegas edition. We are here with Andre.
How's it going, guys? This is funny.
Now I'm gonna say this is. I feel bad. This is. I wanted to interview you because I was gonna call this episode "The Worst Gambler Ever." And Andre is a lifelong Vegas guy. You've lived here.
I've been here for 36 years, and I've been gambling since I've been out here. And when I got here, I actually thought I knew what I was doing, but that changed really quick. Really quick.
I've had a good time. I work out here a couple times a year. So Andre, I've never sports bet in my life. I know, being from Jersey, living in New York, it wasn't really an option unless you got a bookie or some, it wasn't a thing. But obviously in Vegas you can. So every time I got here, I would start to get curious about place a bet. What do we do? And you have been my guide,
right?
Yeah, my leader, and some of the best and worst nights of my life.
I was trying to navigate with Mike so he didn't go through the rough spots like I did in the beginning, because I had to learn the hard way. And the one thing that you learn the hard way, especially new guys, is to parlay. The sucker bet.
It's the sucker bet, right?
It's the sucker bet. And it took me years to realize that.
But the payoff is so big.
Right, exactly. It's like, it's a lottery ticket for poor guys, So you see those odds, you're like, hey, man, I can put $5 on here, win a couple of grand. I know these teams, college and pros, and you do it. And
easy money.
Easy money. And it took me. And I used to talk to a lot of, supposedly, guys that knew what they doing. They said, Andre, man, don't parlay. Straight bet.
Straight bet.
I'm telling you, it took me 20 years to figure that out.
To actually, now, did you ever win a big parlay? Did you ever hit one?
No. I came close, about 100, because you played 10 teamers. I probably went 9 out of 10.
Always, right?
20, 30 times over the years, and oh God, it was horrible.
You've been here for some of my painful ones.
Yeah, I had some where I lost in the last minute of the game, interception, fumble.
What is the story? What is that game? Remember the technical fouls at the end of the basketball game?
There was in the 80s. It was. I still remember it so vividly. It was Louisville and Southern Mississippi. It was back in the 80s. I can't remember the guys. I'm trying to remember this one guy played. A couple of guys played in the NBA, but I can't remember. That'll give you a better time frame on when it was. I just can't recall the guy's name. But I still remember it was Louisville. Was favored by 3. I had Southern Mississippi. It was like maybe a minute and a half left in the game. I'm getting I think I was getting like 8 points or something in Southern Mississippi. So
you're fine.
Right. Yeah. So I'm like, okay, cool. They just hit the free throws because they always fouling shots. What's his name? Denny Crum was still the coach of Louisville at the time. So I said, well, they're gonna foul, go to the free throw line, foul, go to the free throw line. So if they make the free throws, I'm good.
Right.
Big scuffle breaks out with like a minute and 20 seconds of bench clearing brawl, blah blah blah, like this. And so now the referees sitting there assess the situation. So he said, okay, we're gonna give like 8 free throws, technical free throws to each team.
Okay.
Each team. When you know it, Southern Mississippi missed like 7 out of 8 free throws. Louisville hit, I think, 6 out of 8. Now, instead of being down like 6 or 7, me getting 8, they only down by like 3 points. It's like a minute left in the game. They come down, foul again, make a shot, and foul Southern Mississippi. So they come back. Now, Southern Mississippi hit their free throws. They go up by 3.
Right.
Now, this was maybe a year and a half. They had just started with the 3-point line in college because, they didn't have it for a long time.
Right.
They just started. So, Louisville came down, last seconds of the game, hits a 3-pointer, send the game in overtime.
Oh, my.
And you know what happened in overtime? They blew them out in overtime. Covered easy. Won by about 10 or 12 in overtime.
And your bet is over.
Yeah.
That is, you always said if it can happen.
It can happen. If it's any way that you can lose, it's happened.
You've seen it personally.
I've experienced it.
Well-
now, one of my good ones, this one, and I can remember this one. I had a 3-team parlay. 2 of the team was in. $50 three-leg, paid $300. So I'm literally on the phone with my brother. It's like the last play of the game, actually. I said, yeah, man, well, I'm getting ready to go over here and cash this ticket in because, I'm up by like 3, and it's the last play of the game. Only way I can lose, this guy throw an interception and run all the way back. Now, I'm on the phone. I'm on the phone with my brother. I said, so I'll meet you over at the casino when I cash this ticket in. So I'm watching the game. Guys go back. No, it's the last play of the game. Clock runs out. There's no time. So he throws the ball, picks it off on like the 20. So the guy picks it off on the 20. So he started running back. So I'm like, okay, he's weak. I said, tackle him, fall or something. The guy breaks through everything, goes in the end zone untouched with no time left on the clock.
Oh.
And I lose.
Oh.
And I sat there aghast, my mouth just wide open. I can't believe that.
I can't believe.
I can't believe I lost that game.
It's just, I mean, you're watching it happen. You can't even. Well, my first time I ever went through this experience was with you. You were in the green room. It was a couple years ago. It was February, and Notre Dame basketball was playing. I think Louisville, right? And they historically, I took the under. I didn't even know a lot about sport betting, but I'm like, no, the under. I said these teams never score a lot of points. Historically, they don't. It's gonna be. And sure enough, I don't know if you remember this. Yeah. The first half was literally, I'm exaggerating, but it was like 12-9. It was like just no one scored. I'm like, well, I got this. I got the under, and I got this win. And we're sitting back here, and all you kept saying is, Mike, don't get excited. I said, no, look at the score. I mean, they'd have to score 100 points in the second half to go over, and I'd lose my bet. Well, wouldn't you know it? They go into overtime.
Oh yeah.
And a second overtime, and I'm about to go on stage, and I'm dying. I think I've never been less funny in my life because I'm just out there trying to check my phone while I'm on stage, and I lost the bet.
I got to the point where you would be in the sports book, and the guy said, "Oh, that's a lock, man. That's a lock." It's like 3 or 4 minutes left in the game. Oh, that's a lock. Shut up.
Stop it.
It's never a lock until zero's on the clock, and it's official.
And it's official.
It's official.
It's in the books. Well, I never, until I started working in Las Vegas, I'd never seen, like, I'll be watching a game and there'll be it's 59-10, and someone will kick a field goal and everyone will scream and celebrate. I'm like, what? The game is a 40-point game. And then that's when I learned, oh, no.
People that didn't live in Vegas or didn't gamble, every point counts. You see a missed field goal, a missed extra point, where they need the ball on the 1 yard line and could have scored. Oh man, God, that's horrible in Vegas.
How do these guys, the guys who set the point lines, how do they do it? They're unbelievable.
They are unbelievable. I've been trying to figure that out for 30 years, Mike. Because if that spread is 3, 2.5, 1.5, you say, oh, this is not gonna happen.
Right.
That game will fall on 1. It will fall on 2, 4, 5. Every time.
I mean, it's literally, I watch it closely and I always marvel. I go,
and it's college and pro. They rarely off. Now, you'll find a game where they really off on the spread. They're 5 and they got blown out by 25.
Right, yeah.
Yeah, you'll get a few like that, but overwhelmingly, the majority of the time, they right on the number.
Well, it's stunning to me. And I was telling you last night, I think it was, the Yankees. It was a couple years ago. I was like, the Yankees, how many games are they going to win in the season? It's 162 games, and the line was 81.5. And they wound up winning 82, and I'm just like, wow.
And it happens all the time, and you are amazed. And they'll have like a team that you think gonna do good this year. They got all their starters back. Yeah. And they say, well, they won't win. They have 0 and under for totals for the year.
Right.
Are they only gonna win 5 games? Oh man, I know these guys gonna at least go 500, 8 and 8, and they go
and then
2 and 14 or something.
It is unbelievable.
How do you do it?
So can you are those guys then able to make money? Like, could you secretly on the side be like, those guys are so good at calling a game?
I'm sure they bet, because you have a lot of syndicates out here, all around the world, where you have these big gamblers.
Yeah.
And all a lot of that time they just play the numbers.
Right.
They'll bet both sides, and they'll try to middle the game. So when you see some movement in the line, it's a guy just bet the other side.
Oh, they bet so I remember that from last year, the Super Bowl. Somebody bet a huge bet on one side just to move the actual line.
Just to move the line. They'll bet the other side. They'll try to get that hook on. A hook is a half point.
Right?
So they try to move it from 3 to 3.5, and they'll take the 3.5 and try to mill it. If it lands on 3.
Is that right?
If it open up at 2.5, because you get a lot of field goal games.
Okay, we're live here. That's our doorbell. It's like a sitcom here. We have a visitor. This is like a live sitcom. I love it. We're doing a live podcast here. No, that's quite all right, man. We're wrapping up in a second here.
Mike Gaffney.
So now I read a statistic then that said that the sharps, the guys who are professional gamblers, only win like roughly 53% of the time. So even these guys who say they're really good at gambling,
right? Because if you win 55% of your games, because they always balance it out over the course of the season.
Okay.
So over the course of the season, you win 55% of your game, you come out ahead.
You're gonna be okay.
Right, yeah.
Okay.
So that's the way they look at it.
All right. Well, that's not bad.
But I found out over the years, the supposedly experts, they really don't know much as you. I can remember a time I was at Caesar's Palace. Now I'm not betting $1,200. I'm betting maybe $50, $100. So I have my bet in line, and I'm watching the guy in front of me. He go put, 1,100 on the game, and you get this mind. When I was younger, and this guy must know something. He put 4,400 on the game. So I was like, okay, well this guy must know something. He lose just like you do.
Just like right, absolutely.
Yeah, he just lost more money.
And he lost more than you.
That's right. He just lose more money. They don't know any more than you do.
Well, so our listeners know what not to bet. The Super Bowl is coming up this Sunday. What is your call, Andre?
I'm going with the GOAT, Tom Brady.
Tom Brady to win or with the points?
To win. They're going to cover the 2.5. I think they're going to win easy by maybe a touchdown to 10 to 14 points, I think.
I like it.
I got two old guys. You got Tom Brady and Bill Belichick. The best coach, best quarterback in the history of the game. I think that's not even debatable.
Right.
And you got two young guys. McVay, a young, brilliant coach. You're a young guy, though. And then you got Goff.
Yep.
Just like his second year. And I'm an old guy, so I'm going with the old guys.
Well, I will be watching the game with you.
Okay.
And I look forward to it. I'm going to go with you, too. I'm a New York guy, and I've watched, I can't complain. The Giants have beat the Patriots twice in the Super Bowl, so that's been fun for me. But, I mean, why go against the stream? I agree. I think that Brady's going to get his sixth, and I might as well make some money off of it.
Absolutely.
Ladies and gentlemen, this has been Greetings from Somerville. Thank you for tuning in. Special edition, live Super Bowl week with Andre. And please like, rate, and review us on iTunes, and we will see you next time.